games and stuff the weekend and stuff. And I do like a couple hours a week at this like coffee joint. So like I can pay rent. But it's just it's just this, which has actually been quite nice to be fair, because it's got me away from my desk, and it's actually proper. They're proper sound there to be fair. I just do like 10 hours a week or something. There's like sporadic 3 hour days, like 10 minute walk from my place. And then they give me free food every day. So I was like, "Well, you're gone in." So I'm like, you know what? It's actually worth the 10 minute walk. Um, okay, so let's do this. All right, so we're streaming. Let me share this later today as well. I'm gonna jump in on Marvelous and make a T-shirt. I'm gonna do the cloth soon because I just need a win. I just need something that I'd be like, yeah, that's 0-12 ready.
Yeah, I'll give you the account. I need to
Yeah.
find out what is the password and everything. But yeah, we got the full account now, so
Oh, perfect.
freaking expensive as well. It's £40 a month, something like that. But yeah, so I'm thinking that uh all of these, like we set set walking, set falling, like pretty much scatter all around the places in our managers, right?
Mm-hmm.
My thinking is that is uh like a birthplace for many of our bugs,
Well, I've
right?
changed a lot of that. So, um, the so the I've changed quite a bit of that in regards. So now there's only like set falling happens in one place. Um, set like
Yeah,
flying happens
exactly.
in
Yeah,
one place.
it
The
always.
only thing is, so they all happen in one place. Now the only thing that has the set walking now, that happens in a couple different like 3-4 different areas
Yeah,
depending on like based on like different core, like the physics component does one, but that's fine. The landing of the fall
yeah.
kind of okay.
It's basically on the landing, right? Because you see, like, start landing on the player base movement is called set walking. Then climb manager on landing callback, set walking. Jump
Mm.
manager base,
Yeah, see,
set
start landing.
walk.
I'm not sure that always seems a little sus to me because I'm not sure when that's actually
Yeah.
called. I'm not actually sure where that when is this called? Um,
Well, this guy here, start landing. I have no idea.
it's not called
Even get
anywhere.
code. Yeah. I mean, no. No, it
I'm
doesn't.
gonna delete it.
So
Hold on, I'm
actually,
gonna delete.
yeah,
I think if it's
yeah,
not used,
yeah,
it's
kill it.
it's time to go. I'll delete it
So
and see what breaks.
yeah,
And then
nothing should break, right? Because it's no use,
yeah.
right?
So
But
yeah,
yeah,
I
I
think like you
think,
said, if we can minimize how much.
yeah, because I think that should be read only. I think no component should say, yeah, now set to work. What it should do is send the message to the component movement, character movement component, the SPP one, and say, well, I want to land. But that,
Hmm.
yeah, the manager should never tell the component what to do, right? The component should say, no, I decide where I set it to fall. Because I think um that is the way that it was supposed to work. Because once you have this bi-directional like setting, it's always very, very hard
Hmm.
to to keep track, because both parties can decide the fate of each other, right? And I
Hmm.
think it like, for as much as we can, it should always be only one direction. Like, information must travel only one direction, even if it means that we need to do a little bit more plumbing to get the information across. It doesn't matter, because it's
Hmm.
because once we can say, oh, it doesn't land correctly. Yeah, okay, let's have a look at the landing
At
function.
the land, you just go to one place. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Let's yeah. Well, I think I've made it one tweak, yeah, so reduced it. So there's only like two other places. Let's for now. Let's yeah. Let's. I might leave it as it is for now, and then let's tackle this, and then later today, once it's all there, we can then refactor. Um, and let me just make sure that you can still vote and whatnot normally. It does. Oh, so it does say land every time you land. That's something up with that vault. I don't know what the hell it is. Um, very wrong in terms of that. I think I know what it is to be fair, but because I've allowed it to do some sus behavior. Yeah, I know why that's
Oh,
doing that. To be
self
fair.
behaves.
Yeah, I know why it's doing it. To be fair, because I let it. I've got a pretty lenient um adjustment for the thing. So to be fair, it does call land every time it needs to. You know what? Hold on. What the hell?
No, 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 wrong.
Yeah, you know what? Then you do this. Right. So why the hell do you need that? You don't. See this. It should. Okay, so this guy. Okay, that's different because he's got a different landing callback. But whatever. That we could fix. Then this guy. Forward manager and landing.
That's for the knowledge. Reminds me.
Yeah, but it should already be walking whenever you start that. So that is sus. Um, you can't land when you're not already freaking. Yeah, sus. Don't know about that, Jeff, but yeah. Okay, well, that's better to me. Okay, and then let me get rid of. I mean, it's not needed in half the places. Wait,
Oh yeah, that thing. Okay, I'm ready to check in with that filtering context. Uh,
what? Um, where do I set this guy? I think I do. Let me check. What? I've just deleted it from everywhere. And then, what the hell?
It works better.
Yeah, well, it just works. I'm confused as to why. I just don't have
Okay.
it there. And it's just like, no, we got that. Yeah, we could do it. Oh, do you know what I might do though? Do this and then run off. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. So it's doing what I thought it would. It's not falling through because the collisions are renamed, which is good. That's actually good behavior. That's what I want to see. But then I can't just walk off this guy. Yeah, okay. I was like, why is it working? Um, Same goes to here. Okay, so I think then so let's just make sure. Let's just see that doesn't get called. Let's see, does this guy get called? Yeah, it does. So let's say that on the land, whenever this is broadcast. Hey Zesabi, how you doing? This one I can run
Oh
off into,
wow,
don't
that's so cool. That is cool. Okay.
I? Okay, that's a lot better. And then it's purely because hey Gunterson, no, we just fixed a lot of behaviors. Just kind of trying to really make everything as robust as possible. Um, kind of is. It works. We're a bit low on data. Um, one of the challenges we have is to basically we don't want to restrict anything to the environment that you're in. So I don't want to have to create walls a certain thickness or put things a specific distance apart and for it to work beautifully. Um, yeah, I mean, I much prefer this. This logic to me seems a little not a lot. So Yeah, I really like this actually. Okay, yeah. Well, so not okay. So so they're all done in one place now, which is a lot better.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So
And that would
the-
solve a lot of problems.
yeah,
Yeah, just check that we do set falling instead, whatever other things.
yeah. I've done that already. Yeah.
In fact, you know what? I think we should remove those functions, right? And uh, and just make something that you can call only from the component. From the main thing. Just to have something a compile time. You say no, no, no. Like it doesn't even compile. It just you cannot do that. So we are
Okay.
sure that it's not. Yeah, it's not called anyway. But
All right. I will do that, but later. I want to get
yeah,
this.
yeah. No, I mean, no, no. Like most of the things that I'm saying is like hypothetical,
Oh, okay, got
logical
you.
architectural thing. But no, like okay, do it now.
It's a weird little. I don't know what it is.
Okay, I checked in my changes. So but we need to change a couple of things before I can tick off the thing. Actually, I can't tick it off because that is another issue. But yeah, the dive roll they are not really registered. Uh, Most of the times. I mean, they're only registered if you have some specific context, right? So we may want to look into that. But yeah, it's all checked in if you want to grab it. Is your controller stuck in?
Yeah, just spamming it. So I always get carried away and start playing. I love the trigger system. It's actually a lot of fun.
I, lo- I love that like every time I watch your stream, like you do, I don't know, few moves, and then you spend 2 minutes flipping.
It's so like, it's just I don't know. There's something about it that's really addictive. With the, it's just one of those ones that is just. I think I just love. I love this control system for the flips. Like I think you could have a whole game of just this crap, and just and it just be freaking hella fun because of the way how easy and smooth the controls feel. Character just yeah, he responds really well when it comes to this stuff. I like that it's a lot quicker too, like going in and out of moves. I really, really like it. Like it makes it a
Yeah,
lot more.
that sense of weight that yeah is intrinsic in the mocap animation that you can't like it's so hard to do like properly weighted animation for
But I always
like
think it really depends on the because I think sometimes a lot of it depends really on like the theme and the thing of your game because I think like you know that Spider-Man thing we saw where it
yeah,
was like
oh
that looks
absolutely
so good
incredible.
and so weighty, but then
Yeah,
you do that with Josh, and immediately it'll look ridiculous. And it's just because of the way the fidelity of the character work. And I think this is one thing that I'm realizing that I think some people don't necessarily understand is that you can like if you take a stylistic approach to things, you can make it look a bit more weird and then add weight through that. You mean so like for him going and then bouncing on someone's head looks really nice and weighty because you know it's a quite a stylized and cartoony approach. Like you'd never see someone in real life jump bounce on their head. Like they would absolutely just collapse. So the second the character looks too realistic and the environment and the things they're jumping on look too realistic, and then they start to have that behavior, all of a sudden you say, well, that looks ridiculous, right?
yeah.
Which I
It's
think
all
is
about like context, right? And your bias, right? Because if you look Spider-Man, you would expect that he's gonna fly all over the place because that is what he does, right? His wings with the web things all over, right?
mm,
So actually, it would feel a lot weird if Spider-Man would do the
was
same
too
thing that Josh
realistic.
is
Yeah,
doing. what the hell is he doing?
Yeah,
He's
why does he look
sleeping.
so real? Yeah, 100%. But then I always think like when you then see Toby or like Josh, yeah, so Josh in this case, being silly and doing crazy stuff,
Yeah,
or like
totally.
like doing a side flip between the thing, you're like, what the hell? That looks ridiculous. And it's just because of the realism aspect of the character and the environment that it then looks a bit crazy. Which I think is the hard balance then that I mean that we've got to strike because our world's gonna look real, our characters are gonna look real, so the movement itself has to, and it can't look crazy, which means you get away with a lot less. Um,
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. It's that balance to making it. Yeah, because I've always said it right a million times. Like I would think like I mean, Usain Bolt meets Toby and multiply by two the power, but that's about it, right? So it's like it's super mega good, and it twists twice as much as you would think of. But if you do more than that, then it's just silly, right? It's just like stupid. Yeah.
100%. No, yeah, I agree. I damn near
Dive
agree.
roll on that slope, like on that yeah, the thing.
Oh, I don't think I have a dive roll onto. I need to add it.
Okay. Okay.
What I can do though, potentially, is do that.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's cool, right? Yeah.
Oh,
And you can also be Spider-Man. Right.
yeah.
All right. David, I need to go in 5 minutes to do the school run. But yeah. Do you wanna fix that stuff and uh, as soon as I'm back, shall we attack the landing?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I'll get this stuff fixed. I'll do the landing fix, and then when you're back, let's smash the landing out. A bit like the uncanny valley effect. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Like, you don't want to sit in that little 75% where like the familiarity is too low because you have that. You know what I mean? Like, and I think we're in that gap, right, where he looks real, like he doesn't look dead on, right? Um, where it's like the character looks real. Um, so yeah, if yeah, you need to yeah, either you make it crazy not, and then the familiarity is okay because it doesn't look real at all, like a toy, or you make it super real and then the familiarity is high. But you don't want to sit in the seventh where it looks 75% real, and then the character's like people are like what? Um, yeah, and that's when it's like you feel weird about it. All right. What was I doing? Again, let me fix this freaking um mm 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 Mm, I think you're truly something special. Oh no, hold on, I've done something wrong. That's all wrong, Jeff. I've done it wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. It's in the wrong place. Oh no, it's in the right place. It's in the right place. It's in the right place. There we go. Much nicer. I like that you can like get up and roll straight away. Like the second you can like it's quite funny to be honest. I quite like that it works. Obviously, you can have a case being like, "Yo, yeah, you can't roll straight after that," but I like that you can. Hey. Yeah, okay, we gotta sort that out. Gotta sort that out. That's the next thing to do. Though. That's on there on the list. The last thing I want to do before I check this stuff in is to fix the landing. So in here, there's a period of time where it doesn't let me um oh, where basically does I love how quick my live coding is. Where it doesn't let me go into the next move after I land it. And it really, really bugs me. Now I think in our landing animation, um the landing needs to ping, which and I think in our running guy. Yeah, hella buggy. Hold up, wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. You see, it's irking me, man. Let's see. So let's. Oh, man, this is all a bit bugged. Okay, hold up, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. There's something dodgy with this. I'm not sure what it is. So okay, so we fall. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, you want it to be one. Yeah, yeah, you gotta go back to yeah. See, it takes so long to go back to one. Jesus. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And he's not landing. Juicy, real juicy. Okay, so this end landing nonsense that gets pinged on this blend out delegate. Oh, I see. I knew I'd fixed it, but this is wrong. This macro is wrong. Yeah, this blunt bind end delegate. Yeah, it's set end delegate. That's wrong. Um, yeah, that's wrong. Um, yeah, see, that's actually Dado's fault. To be fair, just that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's this guy here. It also shouldn't be called. Is it blending out delegate? There it is. Because yeah, the delegate was bound to the end of the thing, not the thing. So when the animation was like ending, it was like doing that. But really, it should have been like, yeah. Rather than that, it should have been like, yeah, when the I love how quick my live code is. Though. It's so good. Oh. Oh. Okay, so now what I want to see basically is can I the second it lands. There we go. I can go back into yeah. See, that's all. See, that's all I wanted. That is all I wanted. There we go. That's it. That's all I really wanted. That's all I really wanted to do. My broadcast sucks so much. It just cuts off every 2 minutes. Um. Okay. It's because they don't actually land and stay walking. Now it's because the land gets triggered. Oh, yeah, it's because the land gets triggered. In a die roll. I'm gonna blend out, which means it don't start walking. What we could do is here. Do this fire off here. So when you then want to set the behaviors for landing, that's when you fire off any landing stuff. Now that would actually potentially then work perfectly for the dive roll, because then you've not set the behavior for the data for the dive roll. Um, and so when it's behavior only, this guy will remain that way. So then when we go into our landing guy, we say land. We do all this stuff. But then we can say only do any of this crap here if you are in normal locomotion. So you can land. You know what I mean? I like the thought of that. If you're not in locomotion or you are falling. Is that done? I don't even know if that's finished live coding. It has. It's so quick. Alright, so let's see here. So if I just jump over this guy here. All is good in the world. Let's see, do I run off and float? Nope, I don't. Alright. Climb should function the exact same. Yep, cool. Now, Mr. Dive Roll. Let's see what you're packing. Nice. See how much better that is. Ooh, that's real nice. Wow. That's the dodgy, yeah. Okay, that's my dodgy, yeah. Okay. Well, that's really nice. So now the only thing that. Oh, wow. That works like an absolute charm, to be honest. Yeah, that works really well, actually. Wow. Yeah, that was dodgy, but I can accept. Now, the only thing I potentially want to see is if I land, then after I do my falling landing. I mean, okay, then let's see what it's like if I jump over this guy and then roll. All right. I mean, let's see when it if when it does behavior only, um, sorry, when it does data only, it works like an absolute dream, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I can't really complain. That works like an absolute dream. Perfect. That's exactly perfect. And what we've actually ended up doing there is got rid of this. I like that actually. That's quite good. We moved it into the behaviors, which makes sense to me. Um, um, yeah, we moved it out of those and into purely the behaviors itself. So here we have like an end climb which does some slightly different behaviors. Um, I mean, wait, oh, I feel like I've done something. Oh, I've taken out something that didn't need to be taken out. Um, no, no. There you go. That's the here's here. I think, to be honest, man. Yeah, I mean, oh bloody hell, my freaking hand, man. What the hell? I smashed it up. Coffee cup. Oh, that's good. I'm happy with that. I can get behind that. All right, that's actually quite. I'm actually quite happy with that. You've moved everything into one place, which now since that walking that only happens once in one area. Do 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 do. Ugh. Thread the needle. Yeah, we gotta sort that out, but I'll do that another time. I might get rid of descents for this version, to be honest, man. I don't think they're really worth it. Just because, like, reason I don't think they're worth it is because you can't climb. So, like, you may as well just. I mean, like, if you can't climb and do stuff when you're on the wall, dropping down to the wall to then just drop down makes no. You may as well just drop down. So I think for this version, I might just go with let's have stability across all this crap, and instead of doing that, yeah, yeah, like, you know what I mean. So I think that is the thing I might do instead. I might just get rid of them, to be honest, because they don't bring enough for me to warrant. I mean, those bugs I can fix. I also don't have the data for them, so it's like just a lot better without them. I think it's such easy to bring back, and then I can't just fix the data up. That's not much of a problem. But they don't. I just there's no point in them. I can't. They're just like they're not add to gameplay in any way. Like, because you just climb onto a wall, and it's like, well, what then? What? It's like, yeah, you climb back up or you drop down. When you can do like 180s, right? And then it's like, oh yeah, cool. Okay, I see the use case of it. But until then, it's like completely useless. You know what I mean? Really. There's a weird like autumn that happens in it. I don't know what it is. Quite nice though. It goes like woo, woo, woo. Bang. See that it just needs to build. Alright, so oh, pole slide. Nope, missed the pole. That's got a bail too, I think. Yeah, we just got once we reintegrate more and more of those bails, all of a sudden I think the behavior will start to become more interesting in that regard. You know, as it's bailing more, things will be more interesting to see. Uh, oh, he just went straight through the pole, as you do, as you do. Mm. Oh, that was actually quite cool. Yeah, again, I might. I'm slightly tempted to up the how easy it is to pick up this pole. Oh, yo, that was kind of cool. Yeah, I might make it a little bit easier to pick up to detect the pole. Don't know yet, but we'll see. I was sick, bro. What do you mean? That's actually really cool. So I just got to jump out beforehand. Nope. That don't do none. That's actually quite hard to do. Head bonk. Um, it's quite hard to nail to them. Which I think, like, I guess something like this should kind of be not be too easy. See, that's a bail. You know what I mean? So a lot of this stuff that you're seeing him hit, they're gonna bail. Broadcast or something because it's bugging out every time I stream. Every time. I'm just gonna keep my task manager ready. So um R25, I do have some drivers to update, which could be playing an effect on a lot of stuff. So maybe I need to do that. So I'll see. All right. So I'm happy with a lot of that. Actually, that's fixed a lot of problems. Nothing's actually really changed, but it's just the code structure is a little bit better. Um, and it's stabilized a lot of stuff. Which is nice, I guess. Um, okay, let's. Are these aim things you got? They're going to be in the game. You are not like this, but I think there'll be some kind of because like one thing that really helped. I always think like with this right, there's a level of precision that happens with the character right now and in general. That I think is really handy for like. So I don't think the green one will be there, but I definitely think potentially the blue one will be some kind of UI because I think there's something about that it makes it really handy to know where your character's facing, especially because we use motion matching. And your character could be going in and out of different, like it's not just one. Now we one thing, yeah, the Bluetooth for sure. Now the one thing that I think is critical is, and I think it affects our locomotion is animations don't actually move straight. Like they don't go like dead still. If I show you a dot locomotion trajectory, you might see like if I go straight. Hold on. What is it? What do you do? I mean, I wonder. Like, I'm pushing. My stick drift is awful. I'm pushing straight, and look at it. Yeah, he tilts. He has a habit of like drift. Like he doesn't do too bad actually. He does follow that path pretty well. Um, but he's like slightly. He's just not dead straight in terms of his like I mean, it's alright. It's actually alright. To be fair, it's actually pretty responsive, to be honest. Especially when you can do like turns like that really responsively. So it's pretty good, to be fair. I've definitely seen a lot worse, but it helps to know like to be precise in these things. It helps to really know kind of what you're looking at and what you're, I guess, aiming towards. Um, Makes quite a nice thing. I think you can switch it off if you want to, if you want the full realistic mode kind of thing. But I think I find it quite handy, especially just to. I mean, I play with it on pretty much exclusively because it. You don't. I don't need to when it's like stuff like this, right? I kind of know that I'm facing a wall. Like right now, I'm not really using it. But then when I want to like, and I mean, I guess even stuff like this, it doesn't really make a difference for me. I mean, more so now than ever. I don't really need it as much. Um, yeah, I mean, to be fair, the more I play with it, the more I realize I don't really need it. Um, I kind of just like it because I know it's pick. I mean, for debug purposes, I definitely use it. Um, the reason, one of the things I like about it is that I know that it's picked up something. Um, because one of the things that I want to basically be able to do is because like so for example this scenario here, right, it's like how do I know that I want to jump to that or do I just want to jump off, right? So this is when I'm sort of like, I think if you like hold and then release, right, we can adjust your like range of your context, um so that you can sort of be like go to this thing or just jump off it. And you may, so like for example here, right, I always think this scenario here, how do I know that I want to jump to this or I just want to clear the guy? You know what I mean? So if I say jump to it without having to do the whole crappy like launch, land, launch, like adjust yourself, like because it is that then like it looks silly. Like if you launch the character, they sort of float, get in that spot, go again, float, land. That doesn't look right. Like here, he's either gonna jump over this bloody thing or jump to the thing. Now, one thing we can look at is filtering out by velocity. So if you are absolutely launching yourself at this, you're going to pick something that's going to take you a bit further. So you may overshoot it. And then if you're jogging at it, so your speed will play a role. But I think your input also needs to play a role in that regard. So like, I think for here, for example, if I tap, potentially I just want to jump off. If I press and hold, basically, yeah, tap stride, press and hold the plier. But how do we get more control without reading too much into the context of the character? And I think that is the. But I think we were talking about before. We need a bit more of a heuristic, so like detection in terms of like what is the thing that makes most sense given like your speed, your input. Like assess all these things, and from that derive a context from your character. Um, to give the player complete control over sculpting it without it being silly. Because then, realistically, right, if you're here and then you tap, you are just wanting to stride between the beams. You know what I mean? There's always a level where it's like, yeah, come on, you know what I mean? Like you are just wanting to like. I don't think you should then have to be like, oh, but then I need to press for 0.01 and then it's like, okay, I tap it, you go to the next one, press and release, you apply it to the next one. Like, you mean that's that. Now you could, in essence, say, oh, but what if I want to jump over the thing? And that's when it's like, okay, how much freedom over that do we give to the player? But I think that's like, I think, for example, like here, if you sprint and press jump, maybe that is you saying, I want to go, like, go. So if I sprint and press jump here, I should be moving faster. And then that's when I think you should be like, oh, actually, my range for my jump 2 thing has wound too far forward. Like, I think almost searching regions as opposed to just like one line. So like, if I'm like, if the region starts slow, and then the more I compress the thing, the further out in the future, the further out my region goes. So the more power I build, the further I can look to a point, right? Because then if there's nothing there, right, and I press and hold, he should just jump with the speed he's moving at, right? Because there's nothing to jump into. But for example, here, right, if I'm at this point here, right, and I pick up that ledge, I tap. See, I think now this one is so close to the region that I think you've got no real option. But then I think, like, for example, here now, if I get really close and I press and hold, I think at a point it should bypass that early ledge and just launch you, like, just do a jump off this thing and you go past that ledge, you almost ignore it. But then if I go to, like, if I'm here and I tap, that early ledge will still be in the section trace. And so therefore it will move towards it. And I think that will make quite a big impact in terms of being able to, so like here, like really like, yeah, imagine like running here and just going like tap and say, okay, go to that thing. Or I run here and I go press and hold, launches me, I jump and I just jump further than the thing. So like the power you have sort of shifts your region of like, what am I trying to do? I think it could work well. Oh, but you never know. It could work like absolute dog. I don't think it's too hard to do, to be fair. But you never know until you try it. So we'll try it. I'll do it this week at some point. Maybe tonight. Screw it. See how it feels. All right. So let's check this stuff in. I've just been playing for the last like 10 minutes, which is always good. I feel like, yeah. Okay. Stuff is looking good. Let's see what are the changes I've made. A lot, damn. So the client, if you don't transition broadcast movement land, base movement, get rid of this crap. Jump manager base, get rid of that. Move, get rid of that, get rid of that. Broadcast that whenever you end a jump rather than when the landing callback. Falling manager. Any plans to add like a skate 3 hall of meat kind of thing where if you take it crazy you can see a bone break? Yeah, I think that was really cool. But I think the thing is I don't really want to copy that. You know? I think the hall of meat thing is really cool. But then I think if we do that, we are just pretty much ripping that idea right out of Skate 3. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's like a really cool like idea, and they did it really well. And I love the thought of like, oh, that bone's broken. But I think we can do it in our own way, especially because we have like realism on our side. So I generally wonder if we could break the character's bone, like more than I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there's something we can do to level it up beyond, because I think like I know how we would go about it. Like we'd get a mesh, like parent that mesh to the character's mesh, like a skeleton mesh, rig it, wherever it is. And then just set like different visibility stuff, and you can see the whatever. When you like, and to be fair, we do that now. So what you could even take a step further is, aside from showing the bone, we can set the physics on certain parts of the body. So say if you smash your arm, um, you make your arm becomes limp, like it's broken. And I think that will be instead the thing. Like I think you're falling, and as you collide, different parts of your body become simulated in order to like. So you're doing this generalized fall of physics, but then you're still like fall whatever, and then as you hit your arm goes limp. And the other one's fall. Then you hit your other arm, it goes limp. Hit your neck, it goes limp, and it like you sort of are breaking bits and more so than that. So and then I don't know. I think in terms of the visualization of that, I think we can create, and I think we should try and come up with something more creative and different. And I think it's definitely like inspiration in terms of like a bailing system, but I would really like to do it our own way. Um, because yeah, I think if you just do that, it is just skate, isn't it? Like and like I don't know. I think it'd be cool to come up with a new way of presenting failure or bales in that regard. Definitely have like the sounds and the stuff like that, but it's like how can we represent it? And like obviously we've gone a little bit more of a realistic route, so it's like part of me is like you could have blood, but then blood brings an age rating, I think. So um, that's when you have to like look at it like what age rate you want everyone to play this game really, so you can't really have blood like that. Um, I'm trying to think. How does There's a way that UFC kind of do. How do UFC do it? UFC. Um. Yeah, I'm curious how we could do it. To be honest, I'm not even too sure. There will be a way though. I think because that skeleton inside the character just is a good way to do it. Like you know what I mean? It's such a perfect way to present it. Um, but how can we take that a step further? You know what I mean? I think that's the one of the things we need to look at. So how can we level that up? I wonder if you just can just break the bones realistically, to be honest, without it. But then it is then like that might look a bit like maybe have like the overlay, but the bones actually break. I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, let's um let's check this stuff in. And then I'm gonna go get some food because I'm freaking hungry. But let's see what's checking the changes. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Oh, this guy would have just got that change. We don't need that. Yep. Yep. Cool. All right. So, uh, w- let's say code. Um. So I think let's say here, what do we do? Um, let's say centralize the uh, walking behavior, improved, and moved the return to norm loco on land from end to blend out delegate. Disabled. Distance. And all right, cool. We'll grab some food. I'm gonna fire up a stream again once Daddy gets back. Once I'm back from food, and then yeah, we're gonna fix some of the landing stuff. I checked in that landing. It doesn't matter. We're gonna fix in some of the landing stuff. Fix the collisions and vaulting over things for some of the animations, and then we're gonna bring back the bailing, and then we're gonna do the balancing today. So that would be the main thing. So yeah, that's our plan of action. So I'll be back in like 20, 30 minutes, and then we'll go